go. And the bottom left of Amphion, it's gonna be Solar, and in the top left, it's gonna be Reynor, the Protoss player this time. Going across the map for that block. Now Nexus is gonna be the weapon of choice here, of course. The standard opening, we have to get past that one. There's not gonna be a cannon rush. It's a little bit unfortunate, to be honest, the cannon rush not being part of the Protoss arsenal in professional environment anymore. Not like that I want to see every game like that, but I just wish there was the option for it to be strong enough. So Protoss players would actually have that opportunity sometimes to just throw it in as a build in a best of series. Now somewhere in Taiwan, Haas is probably still doing cannon rushes, not sure. Or he's still making 27 oracles. But, you know, it's not in the professional environment in the meta right now. It's completely out. Literally, I haven't seen a cannon rush in pro games on like any tournaments for like 3 years or something, or more even. It's crazy. Now, earlier, Reynor lost with his Protoss against Rogue, but as I said already, Rogue is the most kind of exploiting player on the planet. So, if you don't want to play Offrace against one, well, that's Rogue. Or if you want to Offrace against anyone, it's not going to be Rogue. You shouldn't do it. But this is a different beast here, Solar now. And Solar is someone of these guys who can fluster, who will get kind of a little bit thrown off by stuff like this. Now let's see though how, if he can manage to overcome that. In this game, Stargate is gonna be the tech choice here for Reynor. Not gonna be surprised that this is gonna be a standard opening. He hasn't really shown that much variety in his opening so far, but of course there's a very small pool of his Protoss games available in professional environments, so that makes totally sense. But you can kind of assume, hey, this guy's probably gonna go standard. It's an easy scout to confirm. You're just looking at the natural, you're like, alright, natural is looking very normal. Now if you have one more overlord over here, which is still going there, I guess, you'll find whatever you want to need to see there. Adept was trying to snipe some drones there from the high ground, kind of cool play, but this is not the good shade. This is not the good shade indeed. And Solar's gonna be happy with that. Oh, darn, I forgot to get my water. Void Ray. Like this addition, it's gonna clear out the skies, it's gonna keep that pesky Zerg guessing a little bit. The information game. The wall is looking good here. One adept is gonna be enough to hold that. No need to chrono any of his production. Can fully use those chronos on his worker production. And he's gonna mine out this area so he can expand into this place here to the left. Second Void Ray. Oh yeah, actually Amphion, sometimes you see this. Sometimes you see like 3 to 5 Void Rays. And they'll come in here from the side, they'll clear out those, you like clear out everything with that first Void Ray so they don't get the follow-up scout, and then you come in here and you snipe the gas, you snipe some queens, you snipe some drones, you might be able to get the hatchery or some crucial tech that might be there, and then you can sometimes just, yeah, get a good follow-up coming in. So he's gonna go for the third Void Ray already. He's gonna show the Void Ray, I don't like this one. This one is gonna go into the vision, it's gonna show it. He's not gonna hide any of this. He shows 2 Void Rays at once. Don't like it. Could have kept this hidden for a long while. Now he's gonna start his transition. Forged Twilight Council coming online here. Extra gates should be coming in soon afterwards. It's gonna get a pylon here in this position. Maybe some gates on top of this ramp could be cool. And then play like a 3-base style. What are those Void Rays gonna do though? So far they didn't do much. I mean, he cleared some Overlords. He cleared a drone. Yes. No, they haven't really been doing anything. He has 3 Void Rays now. But one thing, like, one risky thing about this, look at this. He hasn't really done that much scouting. Most of this is from his probe. He doesn't really see anything, and that is exactly why this is risky. He's trying to come in here. Queens are gonna poke away these voids, but this is gonna be a Link Queen Nidus. And he makes this look like he wants to take the space, while actually he doesn't even give the tiniest bit of F's about this. Now, if Reynor sees this Nidus, that's a good scout. That's a good scout. Definitely a little bit wrong positioned here. Should have probably put this back here or somewhere. Now he knows. Oh, you're gonna Queen Nidus me. He's making a bunch of sentries. He's making a bunch of cannons, and he has this gateway wall. He's gonna have... Well, Blink is only starting right now. I don't know about this. Might even want to consider just throwing down charge to be able to have a little bit of a stronger unit there. Now, 3 Void Rays, can they work wonders here? There's gonna be a bunch of queens though. We're looking at, what, 9 queens with a bunch of energy as well. So this is gonna be a strong push here. Should definitely throw down a creep tumor here before moving out of your queens. Might. He's gonna just bring the queens in position. Now he decides it's time to go back into the Nidus. Hop back into that thing. And yeah. That's not what you're looking for. Oh my god. Really? Water. Water. Alright guys, I think it's time to reset. Reset your minds. That game just didn't happen, okay? It just didn't happen. We're just gonna go into the next game. We assume it's gonna be a best of 2. And we just hope the better winner wins. No. Can't believe it, man. That's so bad. That's a really, really bad execution on his build. He had a good build against what Reynor was doing. And then he just executes it like, I don't know, like a gold player, literally. Nothing against gold player. I'm sorry, no. Let's not go there. Let's not harm those gold guys, but honestly, yeah, it was kind of like a gold player. Okay, so let's have a look at the next one. It's gonna be another PVZ here with Solar. Big down 1 already against the brothers from Reynor. And that bottom left side. And the map is gonna be Arca1. One probe going a different, interesting route here. What is he doing? Huh. So he just wants to make sure this base is not gonna get taken, I guess. He does not want to play against the gold base. He's gonna chill here for a moment, I guess. And yeah, Solar doesn't even care. He's just gonna make his normal base. He wanted to take this anyway. So yeah, this is a failed investment here for Reynor. I mean, he still gets what he wanted. He gets that there's not going to be a gold base, but the edge goes to Solar here. That probe. Wasting his mining time. Absolutely. To only get like one piece of information, and that is exactly that there is no gold base, that's all. mean, this is where you throw down that 12 pull and you just go links and then you just slow links and then you overpower with that link drawn pull, you know? And Reynor can't do anything against it. If you have a scout like that. He's gonna see that probe. And he sees it has minerals. That's also a little bit of a tell. Because, like, alright, you probably open up a path, right? That's the only moment where you have mineral probe leaving the base of your opponent. A little bit weird, a little bit strange. Probe scouting around a little bit here. But yeah, it's only going to confirm the natural. So he only confirms like, alright, you're not going to 12 pull me, right? Probably, I'm not exactly sure on the timings there. I don't know the timers for that one. I think he would have lost that one. Probably not be in time to find it out. Not sure though. But like if you have the probe out on the map and you see the player coming across, you can easily counter this, right? You just make a full wall, and then it doesn't even matter to you, that drone pull. So yeah. Now Adept is gonna be out. We do have the Stargate on the way. Is it gonna be Void Race again? I don't think so. I mean, he's gonna rally it here to that Overlord position first. And it depends if he makes a Stalker. But I think, yeah, it might be one Void Ray actually. Let's wait and see though. He doesn't really have the money right now. There we go. There's the Void Ray. Now, is this Void Ray only gonna be one to clear out the vision? Or is it gonna be another triple Void Ray open? I don't like it, wouldn't like it on this map as much as I liked it on the earlier map. Just because this is not the greatest air-to-air map here. Or air-to-ground, whatever, air unit map. It's a very long path for those Void Rays. Yeah, he's already thrown down the Twilight Council, so he's not gonna go triple Void Ray. Go, first Void Ray is gonna go out, gonna go across, it's gonna snap that Overlord. Oh, he wants to deny that Scout. If Solar gets a peek, yeah, he didn't. Off that Twilight, that would be a great Scout. But he sees the Stargate being dormant. He sees there's nothing been produced. It's sleeping. Sleep mode. Now, can he pick up on that information? Is he gonna assume Reynor is that good of a Protoss player that he will have literally no second idle Stargate time? But it is definitely, it is a big Scout. He already should have seen enough from this. Now he might be able to intercept this Void Ray here. He has a lot of vision. And he has enough queens in position there. Not gonna get sheet damage, hull damage there actually. What are you doing as Solar though? I guess he's just trying to go for a fourth base, it seems. He did open up this path, he's making so many drones, he's throwing down a Roach Warren, throwing down an Eva Chamber. Just progressing his economy. On the other side, we see one of the fastest blink timings with 3 base. I think he is delaying some of his gateways to get this fast, and of course his air army. So if you go across with a bunch of links right now, you're gonna have an amazing time. Of course he's not doing that because he doesn't know that there's an opportunity for him. Now shield battery on the way here. And the more Stalkers we have, the better it is gonna be for Reynor, of course. What a thing to say. The more Stalkers the Protoss has, the better it is for him. Of course. But, I mean, the more he can pull up without it being scouted here by Solar, it's gonna be an advantage he's been building now into the mid-game. And he potentially has a kill timing. And he could be waiting for that Forge. I was kind of holding my breath for another couple of gates coming in to bolster up the production and then go offensive with that blink. And he's making a Forge instead of the extra gates. And he's just committing like mediocre a little bit here. He has 3 Stalkers on the side, kind of weirdly enough. He could blink in, but it's weird. It might be a bad rally. If they just get caught, now he's gonna at least blink them over. So he's gonna bring them with its main force, and there we go. Solar didn't scout this exactly, but he should know that there was no Stargate follow-up being produced. So he needs to prepare for something, right? Like if it's not Stargate, it has to be Robo or Gateway units. So now you know it's Blink Stalkers, fast blink timing. Shades trying to commit in here. I was gonna cancel those though. still has those adept holding the watchtower. He's gonna make an offensive gate, and this will bring him up to 5 gates. And he could try to win this war here on the right, or the fight on the right, but might not be able to win him the war, and I feel like this gate could be pushed back. He needs a little bit more creep here, Solar. And he needs some more reinforcements. He did just trade a lot of links for not too much. Some Stalker health. Now the follow-up. This is not an all-in by Reynor. He's making so much tech behind it. He's throwing down the Templar Archives. He's still chrono boosting his +1. He's making an extra base. He's going for a Robux facility. So even if he loses this forward, this is kind of just a committed pressure. It doesn't matter as long as he keeps his army alive, right? That's the key point. If he loses the army, man, then he's gonna be in trouble. He's gonna lose army and production. I mean, even if it's only 1 gate, it's open supply he's gonna lose. It's gonna be that, like, one... If you need to reproduce an army, like, every production facility is gonna be gold for you. And this one is gonna be unpowered. Oh, the Void Ray should die. There you go. And that's gonna be the most scouting that was there for our Protoss player, so he might be surprised by those lurkers. This is not a typical composition you work off if you go into lurkers. The Roachling. It looks kind of like the Zerg wants to just play a big push. But in fact there is a Hydra Den, there is the Hydra upgrade, range upgrade coming in, there's the Lurker Den coming in. And where is that Hive? There it is. Just finished up. Infestation Pit, of course, done. It's not the most common timing here for these things to finish up at this time. I feel like Reynor is kind of expecting a push. See? He's kind of expecting a push, but actually, in fact, it is tech that was common. So now he's investing in all of that static D. And look at the gateway count. It's 4. He's about to have 10 cannons and 4 gateways. He's so panicked about that push. And this is only a poke. It's a delay tactic for Solar because he wants to buy time for his lurkers. And he already did that because Reynor doesn't actually have that production to go across the map at this point. Already playing out beautiful here for Solar, man. He really kind of read Reynor like a book, and Reynor, man. Yeah. That could have been like 6 gateways. You could have been up to 10 gates at this point. And imagine a 10 gate production on 4 bases. Yeah, you're gonna be flying. And then you actually can really put the hurt onto Zerg before they can get to lurkers. But now we're looking at like 10 cannons and 5 shield batteries. Okay, make it 9 cannons, 6 shield batteries. I don't care. Now this is gonna be a little bit of a poke in. He's trying to free up some supply here of this Roachling, and this is gonna be nice to get through there. And that is the actual push he really wants to have succeed, and that's the one he wants to reinforce. He's gonna snipe the Templar Archives. This is gonna be a great snipe here. Not gonna be defended in time by Reynor, so now he can't produce any more Templars, and those 4 are gonna be all we have left here. We're trying to recharge on Storm currently. 1 is gonna get killed by those lurkers, and 3 are gonna survive for now, but they're all out of juice. Like, even if you have like, what, a 10 energy High Templar, if he wants to go up to 40 energy, it's gonna take him 40 seconds, right? If you warp in 1 fresh one, it's gonna be at 50 energy already. So, yeah, definitely a big loss there on that Templar Archives. Now, how many gates are we looking at? 8 gates. Still not really at the 10 gate where you want to be at on 4 bases. 10 to 12 gate setup. Again, coming in here, and can't stress this enough. It's not enough potential warp-ins here for our Protoss player. He simply is lacking the production to keep up. And yeah, Solar's just pushing him so hard here right now. Really leaning onto him with that lurker force in the right, and that Ling group, Ling Roach attack always coming in here into that main base, and all because the Reynor is scrambling to get as many warp-ins as he can, so he doesn't never have that free warp-in to block his entrance. Now he's gonna recall into this base? That's a mistake. Oh my god, that's a mistake. He's gonna lose all of these expensive units. There was a select all frickin' Nexi recall thing, and then he just Recalled, of course, to that base because it was the closest proximity, and then it recalls to that one. Ah, now he's gonna lose all of his stalkers. Man, Reynor's gonna fall apart in this game really quickly. Already losing, what, 27 workers here. Behind this as well. Adrenaline on the way, +3 missile on the way, carapace upgrade on the way. Nah, man. You can't tell me that Reynor's gonna win this one. 31 drones on this base alone. So if these lurkers get in position, start working on those drones, man. Those probes, they're gonna completely fall apart. Yeah, one Phoenix. You've got a job to do, mate. You have 100 energy. Don't lift that one. Lift all of those. Yeah, there you go. And now you can go ahead and kill that Overseer. Oh boy. He's even gonna die here. Phoenix is gonna die. Everything's gonna die. Reynor's gonna die. Solar's gonna take that game. That was one of the biggest misreads I've seen recently. It's very interesting when you see those Offrace games. You will see that extreme reactions to small information, and that tiny information is gonna be utilized on the highest level. It's gonna be utilized so vital that Solar just outplayed him. He kind of outsmarted him with feeding him the correct information that he only wanted to feed him, and Reynor not getting the actual read on the game. And it's weird, right? It's his race. He plays the Zerg usually, so that's where you assume, like, oh, he should know everything. He should just have the tiniest pieces of information and gather exactly, oh yeah, you're doing this right now, you're doing that right now. If you're a Protoss player, you need to scout sometimes. Because simply you can't tell. And he couldn't tell, and he didn't have the correct read. He didn't see the tech transition coming. It was already there. Having 2 sentries. Flying in those fake phoenixes, right? You get all the info you want. No. Wasn't doing that. And that's where he fell apart. Now, third game, apparently he's gonna go into Zerg again. So, he does not leave it up to his Protoss in this best of 3 to win him. So far he went 1-1 with Protoss against Solar. Can he bring it home with Zerg now? Question. Mm. 1-1. There we go in the bottom right. Solar. And on the top left, playing a Zerg now, it is Reynor. I hope you guys excuse those ZVZs, but I feel like it's so interesting to see some off-racing here from Reynor in that tournament and how he performs with that, so I really wanted to show these games. And I really wanted to see them myself, actually. Now Reynor going for a fast hatchery in this game. For that 15 hatch. And on the other side, Solar going for a standard opening Overlord into hatchery. So his hatchery is going to be a tiny bit later. What this usually does for you as a Zerg player with the earlier hatch is you're going to play this gasless, and you're going to play this with a pool and a instant double queen. And you can play this with a wall at the entrance and Roach War and Evolution Chamber. You get the double queen very fast out, and then you can play this as a 2-base play. You can go into a Spire from that position, but you can also just mass up Roaches. Or you can play an expansion game from like a defensive position. But you kind of force yourself to be a little bit more defensive after your natural, basically. Because that little thing here, that green stuff, in combination with this thing, the spawning pool, also green stuff by the way, will enable the speed upgrade here for our blue player, and I will just grant him the map control. So Reynor is just gonna say, alright, you get it. In fact, he's gonna go for a gas rather fast here. But yeah, you'll see, it's gonna be way later than the speed from Solar. If he even goes for the speed, he can just skip speed. As I said earlier, go defensive setup, make a wall, get some queen's position, go up to the lair, and just play a teched out game. And play behind in the economy, right? Solar doesn't know that this is occurring. He only saw that hatchery and the creep, so he knows, okay, he knows the build, but he doesn't know what path is going to be chosen, of course. You can play speed with this, if you want to, as Reynor. But it kind of doesn't make that much sense. Now third base here on the way for Solar. He's trying to capitalize on his build order. And the information he gathered. Saying, alright, you don't have speed links, so you're not gonna come and pressure my base. Now there's no third for me to pressure, so what do I do with my minerals? I'm just gonna throw down a third and I'm gonna drone as crazy. Now, evolution chamber on the way here. Lair is being morphed 3 minutes and 13 seconds, quite fast. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what he wants to use this for, if this is gonna be exactly roach speed and +1, or if this will be indeed a spire. It's gonna start +1, but he can always cancel that once the lair is done. We'll have more information once we see the amounts of geysers being taken. Now this is a good scout, but it only confirms what he was already anticipating. Yeah, you're kind of like, you know, you're going to base lair basically. And what he really wants to see is, I mean, like the best scenario would be just seeing the tech building being produced, but at least you want to see all the geysers, so having an overlord in this position is kind of crucial, and he does not have one here. Now, Reynor is going up to 4 geysers, indicating a muter play. If you just want to play the roach game, you kind of stick to 3 geysers on 2 bases. Now, as you can see, this is what is actually occurring here for Solar. He's going up to 3 gases, he's going up into his lair, he has going up into the same missile attack. Now, of course, as I said, that you don't have to. You can go Ravager Heavy, for example, with that extra gas. You don't have to build a spire with 4 gases. But since you have those 4 gases, it's something you can do. If you only keep on 3 gases and optimize your build for maximal roach production, then it's an easy read, I guess. So having that overlord in position, seeing if it's only 3 gas would be great, but doesn't matter, does it now? Now, Reynor is poking across the map. There's not really a committed push. He's making a drone behind this already making more drones. He's making his base. He's just like poking out with these roaches. Then he's gonna fall back because he knows he's gonna have the speed advantage over his opponent. He saw what Solar is producing, he saw the timing of things, so he knew, yeah, I can freely move across, I can just poke a bit, I can force some units maybe out of it. Because you don't know if I keep on producing roaches from my X or if it's gonna be drone. Now, +2 on the way here, second evolution chamber for Solar and +2. Wow, so catching up in that upgrade. Not trying to go past even. He's actually already going into overlord speed here to get those super fast Ferrari overseers. He has already 3 overseers. Reynor. No, 2, I guess. Now he's gonna push across. He's still making drones. This is still a poke. But he wants to utilize his roach speed as much as possible. Like, alright, yeah. Oh no, please move the hurt ones. Ah, this is hurting my brain. You can be better than this. He's gonna snipe that overseer on the side. And he's out to lose one. But yeah, Roach Ravager is gonna be good. Gonna be able to pressure some. If he can get some nice bile connections, he might be able to overwhelm. But the numbers should be in favor here for Solar, so you need to be a bit careful. He still has that speed advantage, so he can always disengage if he wants to. I really like the idea here. He's just kind of pressuring. Sniping a queen is nice, limiting that lava production. Sniping an overlord is nice, not being moved. It's a little bit of free damage. And the rest was trading, so yeah, I really like this. Being active out on the map, kind of, you know, giving up the early Ling map control and then granting himself the mid-game map control with that roach speed for a while. Now Solar is tacking up so many things right now. He's going into Burrow, he's going into Roach Speed, sorry, Roach Tunneling Claws. He's going into the Carapace. He's investing so much gas into upgrades right now. He already has the Overload Speed. Now Reynor going into the same Overload Speed and Carapace, but quite a bit later. So what he has is these Ravages. That's his asset right now. That's where the gas went for him. Tunneling Claws though is going to be interesting. It's something that you kind of want to see as soon as possible as Reynor. And he's actually going for his own. Now, I would have to test this myself, but I think tunneling, like burrow moving roaches do bump into each other, even if it's your opponent's burrow moving. Like if all are burrowing, you can do things like you can't create a wall against burrow moving roaches. You can, for example, you have this wall. You can sit one burrowed roach and one walking roach on top of each other there, and then you can fully block that entrance. Something you can do. You can force a fight at that wall with 2 units. Something that's available if you have a wall like that. This one would probably need like 3 roaches, I guess. So that's already 6 roaches. That's already what, 12 supply you'd have to put in there. A roach drop. Interesting. He's even just like, he's just floating it over the main army, man. It's like, I don't care. Now he sees the tunneling claws for his opponents. He knows what he's up against. Needs to be a little bit careful. And yeah, Roach Wars, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The good old of ZVP here. ZVZ, sorry. Now, tunneling claws, they made it in. The big engage is happening at the same time. Well, starting to lose some of those Ravagers here, getting very expensive for both sides. At least they're trading. And the 4 roach attack is happening. That drop, man. Coming in here. It's gonna maybe snipe a queen now. Queen is gonna burrow, escape. Tunneling under those to snipe the Ravagers. That's a beautiful move here. Sniping that value and also regaining all of that health moving into this fight here from the last fight. That was a great move by Reynor, actually. Man, and that's how he sniped all of those Ravagers. No Overseer, really a big blunder there by Solar. No Overseer with that army. Getting greedy, trying to get that exposed base here. And in the meanwhile, Reynor's just keep on sniping those queens. He needs to pick those up again. He's just gonna lose them. And he's actually going into a hive himself. Now he has still, like, Solar has still some harassment forces across the map, but excuse me, Reynor knows about those, so he's trying to punch those out. Hive about to finish up. Lurker then coming in. Hive only starting here. This is a big timing opportunity for Reynor. Try and exploit, and Solar doesn't see this yet. If he goes up the main, he will find it, but he doesn't, so that's gonna be an issue. He's a little bit more behind than he thinks in the tech game. He's only starting up his Hydralisk then, and everything's kind of flashing here for Solar on the minimap. He's everywhere under threat. Roach is coming in, sniping these drones. Do they 3-shot now? I guess they do with +2. Now everybody's trying to create a lot of fires on the opponent's side, but Reynor is really good at extinguishing those. But Solar is having a little bit more of a difficult time, it seems. Still not getting rid of this drop. This drop has been paying itself in dividends. Crazy. Now we're about to see maybe a big engage, but Reynor really only wants to trade out a few of his units to get some more lurkers online. That's all he wants, while he's still building his bank. Now he of course doesn't want to throw them away, he wants to trade them out. You kind of want to sell them as high as possible, right? It's like you're being a salesman and you just want to Yes, I have 20 roaches to give away, but in fact I actually want to have 175,000 minerals for those. You know, that's what you're trying to do here. Trying to sell those roaches as high as possible to your opponent. Pooping. Pooping out this freaking. Pooping out those changelings in fear there. That overseer, man, that was an afraid poop if I've ever seen one. Now, Solo's trying to push in here, but it feels like his army's not actually that great to push the issue right now. He's still trying to just go in and go for it. But yeah, he's like missing half of his army, as you can see here. And Reynor is already about to have his lurker force out. He's again now. He's like, getting a little bit giddy. He's like, all right, well, you're coming really hard across the map, right? I need to make 21 roaches now, stay alive. So kind of panic made some roaches there, but it's also gonna be great for his offense to come. He's about to have 3/3 plus 3 missiles. Did just finish up. Now next one is gonna be the armor, and with that being online in just a moment as well here. No +3 for his opponent. No lurkers for his opponent. The lurker's still not across the map. He's just keeping them. Oh no, they actually got caught here on the side there. That's a great catch by Solar. But in the end, it might just be too many roaches with that upgrade lead here for Reynor. Still no missile upgrade. And Carapace did just finish here. So 3-3 against 2-2. This is a huge advantage for Reynor. Can he bring it home though? There might be just a little bit too many units. He did completely waste his lurkers. Remember, they just walked into roaches and died. They didn't do anything. They didn't even burrow. That was basically what was keeping Solar alive now. And he has his own lurkers starting to set up defensively. And this game might just stabilize. He's about to hit his +3. So he will have at least a fighting chance again in these wars here, in these fights. He will not be that big of a disadvantage, but man, 3-3 against 2-2. I guess this is really where you wanted to push the issue as Reynor, but losing those... How many lurkers did he lose? I think 4 or something? No, only 3, but still. Like losing those 3 lurkers on the side, literally doing 0. If you have those with the fight, yeah, it's gonna look completely different. Now this looks like Solar getting caught, but in fact he's actually trying to counterattack. Now Viper against Viper here, and this looks to be paying out a little bit better for our Red Zerg player, but abducting into nothing anti-air is not the great play. That being said though, he overwhelmed in his own aggression here. Now how is this gonna pan out? Solar's actually gonna retreat? No. He's gonna shove in again. Is he though? He's being indecisive. That's a mistake. Now he's gonna lose units because of that. He's losing units to a bad movement. It was because he was trying to decide, am I going to reinforce? Am I going to push? Am I going to come back and defend? Yeah, sacrificing all of your roaches into 5 lurkers is not going to be a way to win this game. And now, a sudden, all of his army has been disappearing, and Reynor is going to take the game. Wow. He's going to win the ZVZ and the PVZ to finish off Solar here.